Today to the 79th Annual Conference of the All India Ophthalmological Society. I, Dr. Namrata Sharma, on behalf of All India Ophthalmological Society, take this opportunity to welcome you to this unique inauguration program, which is the first ever virtual conference of the AIOS. We are live from 4 cities today with physical attendance at 2 auditoriums, the Jawaharlal Auditorium, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi, PD Hinduja Conference Hall at Mumbai, and we are live from 2 cities, Bangalore and Hyderabad, and of course, our virtual auditorium of the AIOC 2021. This conference is being attended by over 5,000 delegates and speakers, and we are on Facebook Live, YouTube Live on the AIOS channel. Our chief guest, Mr. Anil Baijal, Lieutenant Governor, Delhi, will be joining us in due course. I request the dignitaries at both the auditoriums to take the dais. Respected Chief Guest, Shri Anil Baijal ji, Dr. Maipal Sachdev, President, All India Ophthalmological Society, Dr. Barun Kumar Naik, Incoming President, All India Ophthalmological Society, Dr. Quresh Maskati, Past President, Dr. Natarajan, Past President, Dr. Lalit Verma, Vice President, Dr. Rajesh Sinha, Treasurer, All India Ophthalmological Society, Dr. Partha Biswas, Chairman, Scientific Committee, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, distinguished delegates, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome to all. As is customary, we commence the inaugural program with the Saraswati Vandana.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच
I now request the dignitaries on the dais to proceed for the lamp lighting ceremony. Thank you everyone for doing the honors. We begin our proceedings with the All India Ophthalmological Society anthem. The lyrics are written by Professor Rajwardhan Azad, past president, and it is sung by Dr. N.S.D. Raju, past president.
रोशनी हम, रोशनी हम, रोशनी हम, रोशनी हम,
रोशनी हम, रोशनी हम, रोशनी हम, रोशनी हम। हम करते हैं सबकी राहों में रोशनी हम, रोशनी हम,
रोशनी हम, रोशनी हम।
सकनीत के रक्षक जो भी जलाते हैं हम है जी सकनीत के रक्षक जो भी जलाते हैं
हर प्राण की कोशिकाओं में रोशनी हम,
रोशनी हम, रोशनी हम,
रोशनी हम, रोशनी हम, रोशनी हम, रोशनी हम, रोशनी हम, रोशनी हम, रोशनी हम, रोशनी हम, रोशनी हम, रोशनी हम, रोशनी हम, रोशनी हम, रोशनी।
It is my privilege to now request our President, Dr. Mahipal Sachdev, to give his address and introduce the incoming President of the All India Ophthalmological Society, Dr. Barun Kumar Naik.
Good evening, everybody. Honorable Chief Guest, Lieutenant Governor of Delhi, Shri Anil Baijal ji, immediate past President, Dr. Natarajan, Dr. Muscati, incoming President, Dr. Barun Naik, Vice President, Dr. Lalit Verma, Secretary, All India Ophthalmological Society, Professor Dr. Namrata Sharma, Treasurer, All India Ophthalmological Society, Professor Dr. Rajesh Sinha, Chairman Scientific Committee, Partha Biswas, esteemed seniors, dear AIOS members, and colleagues. It's a proud day today to give my farewell speech as also to introduce the incoming President, Dr. Barun Kumar Naik. As you all know, we had a very successful AIOC 2020 in Gurugram. And just after the AIOC, we had another splendid function, and that was the IGO stamp release, which was hosted by the Governor of Maharashtra, Shri Bhagat Singh Hoshiari, and Dr. Natarajan had played a key role in getting this first day cover released. And just after these two events, we had also started to meet for advocacy for better rates for the ocular procedures, and we had gone and met the CEO of Ayushman Bharat as also various ministries, and also met the health minister for Delhi, requesting him to bring in a law to separate daycare establishments. But then destiny had something which none of us had ever anticipated. We had the COVID wave coming, and I think the AIOC 2020 was one of the largest conference which was held prior to the COVID coming in, and no other society could hold a conference of that particular scale. Now, as we all know that we have to adapt, and this particular scenario, what reminds me is what Charles Darwin said, that it is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent that survives. It is the one that is the most adaptable to change, that lives within the means available at that particular times, and works cooperatively against common threats. And I think that's what AIOS came and said this for its members. The first COVID-19 advisory was issued by All India Ophthalmological Society on 17th of March 2020, wherein we advised that elective surgery should be stopped, how should we entertain emergency cases, and we gave guidelines to our fellow ophthalmologist colleagues. It was the next step that we did because of the telemedicine having been made legal by the Medical Council of India. So we issued the guidelines for teleophthalmology, which were issued on 30th March 2020, so that the patients do not suffer. And we as ophthalmologists provide these services with people with due care from their own homes. And then we further went on to bring out the ophthalmic practice guidelines in the current context of COVID-19, and the second version was issued on 11th May 2020. The final result, I would say, was a lot of effort, and I wish to thank Dr. Namrata and other office bearers, Dr. Lalit, Dr. Natarajan, etc., Dr. Santosh, for bringing out this particular 104-page comprehensive document. No other society has brought out such a document with such speed that was there. And it was a hallmark document giving people how to be in OPDs and how to see patients in OPD, as also to do subspecialty surgeries in the OR, etc. And it was a result of teamwork, several hours, 20 plus Zoom hour meetings, 225 plus experts, 13 societies, and these are the societies that came forward: IIRSI, ISCRA, iBank, Cornea Society, Vitreoretinal Uveitis. So all these societies came forward, strabismus, and we brought out guidelines to help the members and to help the patients. This was something which was very proactively done. Next was the question to survive and to adapt the economic impact of COVID. And therefore, we went ahead and talked to all the major companies of ophthalmology and the entire governing council, I would say, along with the trade committee headed by Dr. Ramamurthy. We held several discussions. There were official meetings that were there, and there were backroom discussions where we wanted the following things: that is, the AMC, CMC contracts to be extended by 4 months, new months warranty to be increased by 4 months, ophthalmologists who had ordered new equipment and the same had not been installed should be allowed to cancel their orders, encashment of PDCs, EMIs, no increase in CMC, AMC in 2020, and no increase in cost of any bundled products that we had. And we were, I would say, the only society that, with the cooperation of trade, we were able to achieve all these with great success. And all our demands, the industry forged with us hand in hand, and we were able to meet all these demands from the industry. Then we also issued immediately a sample force majeure letter, and that was to the landlords for the tenanted premises. And this also helped our members to reduce their economic burden that was there. Furthermore, we wrote and gave representations to PMO, to the Home Minister, to the Finance Minister, to the Niti Aayog, and we asked for several concessions, which would also include the EMI waivers to reduce the bank interest, as also to have the issue of having these the subject in IRDA. I don't know if whether you know or not, but the IRDA, the insurance companies had come with saying that if the doctors were having an insurance for covering their medical practices, it was that they put in a clause to exclude communicable diseases. That means that if a patient gets a COVID, that would not be covered, and that could be suable to us. So this was we represented with great speed and to the IRDA, and this was taken back by the insurance companies that were there. We also represented seeking guidelines from the Medical Council of India for the teleophthalmology, and we were told that as of now, the training was not necessary and we could go ahead and do the teleophthalmology. We also represented to the Director General Health Services to provide immunity from civil liabilities to healthcare professionals during the pandemic, and that also was kind of partially accepted, as I would say. Then we had the onerous task of keeping our members up to date with this new dreaded disease, as also subsequently with the scientific content of various international societies, as also national societies and various subspecialties. So all we did was to have these informative, and these were some of the important webinars that we have. All you want to know about COVID, again, Dr. Namrata helped us get the experts from All India Institute of Medical Sciences to talk about it, staying afloat in Corona, telemedicine, back to ophthalmic practice. Back to ophthalmic practice, we got financial people, and this was attended by over 24,000 views on the YouTube, Facebook, etc. This was something to bring us back to practice. Infection control practices, fighting Corona globally, mindful insights of neutralizing the COVID. And this is a couple of the glimpses of the Zoom meeting. This is the AIMS faculty who were there for pulmonology and medicine department as to all you want to know about COVID. Staying afloat during Corona, this was all to discuss how we can reduce our cost, the resilience that ophthalmologists need to do. And this is, as I said, back to ophthalmic practice. As the cases in the first wave came down, we were back to ophthalmic practice as to how we were back to the practice and to have economic sustenance for ophthalmology. We also interacted again, courtesy Dr. Namrata Sharma, the secretary of AIOS, whom I would say has played a stellar role in all these, to look at countries that have preceded us in the COVID, and we looked at European nations, we look at Asian nations, etc., and we kind of gained insight as to how the other countries were looking at it. The scientific committee, ARC, editor proceedings, IGO, as also the headquarters did several webinars. And these are the various webinars that were done by the scientific committee so ably by Partha and his entire team. One of the things that we thought that AIOS should bring forward was the research, and that was the choice, the light of innovation or the darkness of ignominy. So what was done was to find certain new innovations. And for this, again, there was a talent search series across various zones, that I think this was a very good session that was there. And international people, international ophthalmologist was judging, and they gave the awards to the best innovation, and most of these innovations were by youngsters. And a pat on the back to all the youngsters who are coming out with these great innovative ideas, specifically during the COVID times. Not to be left, we also looked at talent apart from what we had in the scientific content. Ophthalmic photography competition was held. We looked at videography contest, and the awards were given. Again, this was a very, very successful event that was there. Now, one of the things was that people, we did a survey and we found that there were people or ophthalmologists who were going into depression, who were anxious. And for that, we helped the global leading holistic coach, Mickey Mehta. We did Shri Gurudev Ravi Shankar ji, as also we put up a helpline for counseling for ophthalmologists who were not feeling up to the mark. And we tried to keep the morale of the ophthalmologist high, as also maintain their economic prosperity or the economic survival at that particular time. I would now wish to say that I have been blessed to have fantastic people heading the wings of AIOS, and that is something that has contributed to great achievements during the year under review, which was struck by COVID and in adverse circumstances we had to do. Rajesh Sinha, who is here, has been a fantastic person as regards the treasurer, and he has contributed immensely to All India Ophthalmological Society, making TDS payments, return filing, TDS credit, bringing in NEFT and RTGS. Also, this is the first time that the All India Ophthalmological Society and the treasurer, we helped do a third-party audit, and there were good findings that came out which will help us in the future years to come. Pat on the back for the treasurer for having collected a sum of 76.21. So we purchased the Zoom portal and we made enough money to sustain the headquarters by collecting 76.21 lakhs that was there. Another notable work that Rajesh did was to update the database, which at times was obsolete and needed updation. And this has been done twice during this particular tenure. And congrats and kudos to Rajesh. Obviously, this is an ongoing process and he will continue to do this. Now let's come to the second wing, and that is the ARC. Before I go to the wings, I will wish to express the constant guidance that I got from Dr. Barun Nayak and Dr. Lalit Verma, as also Dr. Natarajan. All three of them have had long innings in the All India Ophthalmological Society. They have so much of experience and so much of administrative, organizational acumen that whenever we needed any help, we could fall back upon Dr. Nayak, Dr. Lalit, and Dr. Natarajan for taking things forward. ARC, headed by Dr. Chitra Ramamurthy and her zonal heads, was something again very, very active. They held 14 PG updates, 13 subspecialty webinars, and 14 cataract challenging webinars month after month. Their leadership development program, which I think we owe to the youngsters to develop them into leaders, have been very well structured with an intent to have a lasting impact on the young leaders that is there. It's a moment of applause and appreciation for the tireless efforts headed by Dr. Chitra and Team ARC, and I would wish them to continue to evolve from strength to strength with their continued zeal and prominence. Let's come to the Indian Journal of Ophthalmology. I think Santosh and the entire editorial team has built up on the legacy, the strong legacy that the previous editors have left, and it has prospered with a new look design, with more pages, with better turnaround time, and with the citation index going up. The number of submissions, now Indian ophthalmologists wish and they do put in their papers to Indian Journal of Ophthalmology. There was a high of 3823, which is a 60% increase over 2019 and tripled since 2017. The increased submissions are primarily from India, and that is something that we are now respecting our Indian Journal of Ophthalmology and want our papers to be published in the IGO. The impact factor improved to 1.25 in the Clarivate and 2.1 in the site score, which is again a great improvement. Earlier editors like Dr. Nayak, Dr. Gulapalli Rao, Dr. TP Das, Dr. Natarajan, they have all done great work, and Santosh has carried it forward from there. The days for the first decision has been reduced from 58 days to 47. So the turnaround time is good. And the days to acceptance has been reduced from 202 days to 82 days. And the reader interest has gone up to 500,000 hits a month. That is one hit every 5 minutes. And that is kudos to Santosh and the entire team and all the contributors to the journal who have brought this to this particular level. Next, coming to the next wing, that is Dr. Arup Chakravarti, which is the editor's proceeding. And he has 3169 videos that have been uploaded on YouTube, which is an increase of 18.5% over the previous year. 3144 videos embedded on the website, and 24 TB of videos are data crunching has been done by him. The proceedings website performance over the year, average unique visitors per day has gone up to 446. He has carried out very successfully the mass email campaign over the past year, and 145 mass mailers were sent to over 23,000 ophthalmologists in India and overseas with scientific content, and over 7,25,741 emails were read. He did 2 very well attended international webinar symposium. So friends, I would say constant, I would say the iron lady or the person who has, I would say, zero turnaround time has been instrumental along with Rajesh and with the counsel given by Dr. Nayak, Dr. Natarajan and Lalit Verma. I think we were able to address the problems that ophthalmologists were having in this COVID time, and we gave them useful contributions to enhance their academic surgical skills, as also to have international cooperation, etc. So what I would wish to say that good leaders create a vision, articulate the vision, passionately own the vision, and relentlessly drive it to completion. And that was the entire governing council wanting to create a vision, a new vision or a better vision for all the members of All India Ophthalmological Society. 2 other landmark things that were done during the year under consideration was something that has been going on for decades, where our previous predecessors had wanted that an archaic AIOS constitution should be amended. And there was a lot of effort by the CRC, again headed by Dr. Natarajan, with members who were Dr. Nayak was there, Dr. Lalit, Dr. Quresh, and myself with Namrata and Rajesh. We looked at the constitution and brought about trying to get the constitutional amendment. There was a momentous decision that was taken, which would have, in my opinion, obviously the process is on far-reaching positive implications. The process of amending the AIOS constitution to make it contemporary and relevant to the current times was agreed upon unanimously. There have been more than 10 meetings and 3 special general body meetings that have been held. A historic landmark thing was that we did a referendum which had the highest number of votings, which was 8,550, and also emails, so a total of 8,578, with an overwhelming 7678 people wanting that there should be a constitutional amendment that is there. Now, just before this conference on 15th, we passed the amendment to host the first virtual All India Ophthalmological Society conference. And that, again, hard work by the Secretariat, Dr. Namrata, Dr. Rajesh, and the Chairman Scientific Committee, along with his scientific members and all the members of the Governing Council and the audiovisual team, is going on very well. We have a record registration of close to 5,000 people for this particular conference, and kudos to the Secretary and the Governing Council, as also the Chairman Scientific Committee, for having started this fantastic virtual AIOC. Also, I think the sagacity, the open-mindedness, the camaraderie, the brotherhood amongst the members helped us amicably decide for the conference allocations from 2022 to 25, Mumbai, Kochi, Kolkata, and APO, Delhi, followed by the Central Zone. Also, a constitutional amendment was passed, and that was to make the voting totally online. And we have had, under the dynamic leadership of the Election Commission, Dr. Devashish, Dr. Ramamurthy, Dr. Grover, a total of 9,200 and about 60 votes that have 56 or 60 votes that have been cast in this online, which is the highest ever, and has shown that the AIOS members are wanting to go forward and elect somebody who is going to help them raise the bar for All India Ophthalmological Society. We have approved salient amendments in the rules and regulation, but this is for further approval by referendum, and I hope that this will come to fruition over the next couple of months. So this is the AIOC 79th AIOC 2021. I would say the entire burden has been taken in quick time by both the Secretary as also the back-end people and the Chairman Scientific Committee, Dr. Partha, and his entire Scientific Committee. They have really done a fantastic job to put this all together. They need a round of applause for this particular achievement, and the Governing Council has been rock solidly helping them to achieve this wonderful, successful 79th AIOS 2021. And for the first time, we have so many international societies, that is 17 international societies with over 250 foreign faculties. I think that has been a positive out of the COVID, that digital space has come of age. And there are foreign faculty who can be together with us in enhancing our academic knowledge, skill set, as also as to what is there in ophthalmology, which is new. Again, we were able to get 12 CME credit points for this particular thing. This year, we had a high record of IC submissions of 662. Youngsters were given a chance. Free paper submission, 2365. Video submission was there. And we had the subspecialty day that was started. Also, we are, I would say, we have been unfortunate, and we want to stand with the COVID warriors, their trials and tribulations of ophthalmologists. We have lost close to about 160 plus members of All India Ophthalmological Society during the year under review, and we stand strongly with their family in their hour of grief. This is another first that we are doing, that the cultural program of AIOC 2021 will be done by the ophthalmologist. So the program by the ophthalmologist for the ophthalmologist, and this started yesterday. And on Saturday, we will have Karishma Kapoor as one of the star attractions in this particular program. So friends, before I would end this particular report, I would again want to put on record the great contributions of Dr. Barun Nayak, who will be taking over as president within a few minutes from now, Dr. Lalit Verma, who has been the vice president and will become president-elect, Professor Dr. Namrata Sharma, Rajesh Sinha, Santosh Hanover, Arup Chakravarti, Partha Biswas, Dr. Chitra Ramamurthy, and the ever smiling, untiring Professor Natarajan, who is the outgoing president now, Dr. Chaitra Dedev, who is the joint secretary, and Ajay Joda. Thank you very much for all of you for taking care of AIOS and taking it to the next level in ophthalmology. AIOS staff, Mr. Kripal Rana, Rakhi, who has gone for better opportunities, but she was there for a lot of time. Mr. Krishna, Vivek, Sajid, Manmeet, Amarjeet, and Subhash, they have all contributed significantly. And finally, I would wish to say for my duty, I stand here because of the unflinching support of my wife, Dr. Alka, and the family, and the Center for Sight family, who have reposed their confidence and have helped me contribute to AIOS the several hours that we have. So friends, Billie Jean King said, create your legacy and pass on the baton. And that is the day today I feel extremely proud to pass on the baton to none other than Dr. Barun Kumar Nayak. As outgoing president, it is indeed my pleasure to introduce to you the incoming president, Dr. Barun Kumar Nayak. A big round of applause for Dr. Barun Kumar Nayak. Dr. Nayak is no stranger to All India Ophthalmological Society. He was the editor of the journal as also the past secretary of AIOS and had brought great streamlining of the functioning. Some of his notable contributions was that he started online AIOS membership, online conference registration. He also started the centralized tally accounting system for the wings of All India Ophthalmological Society and had set the AIOS headquarters in order to improve the functioning. Centralized vendor selection and major payments for the for conferences was also his idea. Now, during his post as the AIOS secretary, he doubled the AIOS funds in 3 years from 20 crores to almost 39 crores. As also during the IGO tenure, he was able to transfer a surplus of about 4.75 crores from nil to the next editor, IGO. Thank you very much, Dr. Nayak, for having been with AIOS all through. He has held various important positions, president-elect, he'll be taking over as president, vice president, GSI, editor, All India Ophthalmological Society, honorary secretary, president, Maharashtra Ophthalmic Society, president, BOA, incoming president of the small incision cataract surgery, and also he's the founder editor of JCOR. He has been a popular teacher, and all of us know his teaching abilities for glaucoma as also for research methodology. And that is something very, very important, that he brought about research methodology teaching to the remotest corners of India. And today, what I would wish to say is that apart from these facets of his life that you know, which are the contributions in the scientific and the academic arena, he let us have a peep into his life. And I would say a life of courage, grit, and determination with lot of sagacity that he has. He is somebody who is born in the district of Sitamarhi. His father was a teacher, Shri Nandlal Babu, and a mother, a homemaker, Shrimati Lakshmi Devi. The mother gave him the ideology, which was always clear: always do what is right and keep one's conscience clear. That is what he owes to his mother, but never to compromise on ethics. And he should always do the best at all the times and always take the proper route and not go for shortcuts. And that is what makes Dr. Barun Kumar Nayak what is there. He owes a lot to his brother. He lost his parents. They are no longer with him, but his brother is somebody, Arun Nayak, whom he loves, and he takes a lot of well wishes from his brother, and that is his brother along with him, which is there. His father initially tutored him for the first 4 years. That means that the first 4 years he did not go to any school. And then through a competition, he went to Netherhart Residential School, which is considered to be one of the leading schools. And in this residency school, he really blossomed into an individual with a strong sense of discipline and perfected into a young straddling lad. And then he went into the Patna Medical College for his undergraduate studies. And that is where he completed his MBBS. From there on, from Patna Medical College, he moved on to the Dr. Rajendra Prasad Center for Ophthalmic Sciences. And this is exactly where we are standing today, the Jawaharlal Nehru Auditorium, where the picture is. And he blossomed and he learned the skills and academics of ophthalmology from the All India Institute of Medical Sciences. He also then went on to complete his fellowship to Australia. And you can see these people under Professor Ian Constable, and he says, Dr. Nayak, that he is still learning today. And you see the famous Dr. Graham Barrett and Dr. Barun Nayak for the stint that he had in Australia. Apart from academics, Dr. Barun Kumar Nayak has a rounded personality in sports. When he was in his Patna Medical College, as also in All India Institute of Medical Sciences, he has played a lot in the sports, and he was the rowing champion, did hockey, athletics, that is in Patna Medical College, and mountaineering. He went on the Himalayas trip, and badminton, TT, and swimming is another love which blossomed during his stint in All India Institute of Medical Sciences. This flavor of sports, the love for sports, he passed on to his son and daughter, and both of them fought well and became national level players for table tennis in India. Dr. Nayak, nothing is small, nothing is big for him, and he can do any work with elan. And this is where he is at work. And maybe tomorrow, who knows, he'll be doing something within his house to make his house more in orderly, and maybe the AIOS headquarters also to bring it into better shape. So this is the man, Dr. Barun Kumar Nayak, and this is what we have. Now, it's not all studies, it's not all seriousness. He can shake a leg. And this is the summer fun with the funk with Saimak Davar that he had, and also with Sandeep Suparkar. And you can see our incoming president. We'll have fun as and when. So there is Dr. Barun Nayak shaking his leg, and you can see the great poise with which he is doing that. So Dr. Nayak, we look forward to shaking a leg with you as and when the physical meetings are over. Now, his only beautiful distraction that he calls has been one and only one, and that is Mrs. Chitra Nayak, whom he met in All India Institute of Medical Sciences. His family has been his love, and with his wife, he said it's always been a 50-50 contribution that is there, both of them being equal partners in life and supporting each other, shoulder to shoulder, moving together. His daughter, Dr. Shivali Nayak, works as an orthodontist in the US, and his son and daughter-in-law, Shivam Nayak and daughter-in-law Rashi, they are also settled in the US and have a startup to their name, and they are working on this startup company that is there. Apart from his family, I would say his other love is his work, and that is the Hinduja Hospital, where he is the HOD of ophthalmology, and he moved to Mumbai in year 1987, bustling Mumbai, the city that never sleeps. And he has been there as a humble, as a non-egoistic, much loved ophthalmologist in the PD Hinduja Hospital and National Medical Research Center. And this is his extended Hinduja family, where he loves to be and where he does his work, which he has been doing over the last several decades. Dr. Nayak continues to see patients, do surgery, and is really somebody who is loved by his patients for his gentle care and the great outcomes that he has. Now, not to be deterred, he's somebody who has the grit, the determination to face up to any challenges. Badminton had been his love, and when he was at the age 59 years, unfortunately, he had to undergo a neck spine surgery. And this is the common thread with his brother and him. His brother, in a younger age, in the final year of his engineering, had a disability, but he went on and became a great engineer. And here, Dr. Nayak, after only 9 months of this neck spine surgery and his doctor had said that he cannot play badminton. He said that, okay, let me try. He took the permission and started running the marathons. And this is something which is his ability to bounce back. And that is the spirit of a champion. And we have this champion now taking over as the president, All India Ophthalmological Society. He has run the full marathon, 42.195 kilometers at this particular age. And that is something which is very remarkable. He is fit and trim. And I may God give him all the happiness, fitness for his future life. So friends, this is presenting to you our new president, All India Ophthalmological Society, Dr. Barun Kumar Nayak.
Thank you, sir, for that power-packed presentation, for the mammoth amount of work that we were able to do in your tenure under your guidance, and for your inspiration, which is always there, so that the AIOs could remain afloat even during the crisis time. I would request all our AIOs members to give a standing ovation to Professor Mahipal Sachdev for his extensive work almost on a daily basis that was done for All India Ophthalmological Society. Thank you so much, sir. It is my proud privilege now to request President All India Ophthalmological Society, Dr. Mahipal Sachdev, to install the incoming President, Dr. Barun Kumar Nayak, by bestowing the President's Medal on him.
Pleasure to hand over this medallion to Dr. Barun Kumar Nayak. Congratulations, Dr. Barun Kumar Nayak.
Sir, Mike.
Congratulations, Dr. Barun Kumar Nayak. And can we have the honors being done there by Dr. Kuresh or Natarajan for this presidential medallion being given to Dr. Barun Kumar Nayak? Dr. Barun? And Dr.
I now request, before this, I request Dr. Lalit Verma, Vice President AIOS, to felicitate Dr. Mahipal Sachdev, who steered AIOS with his dynamic leadership, a tough president for the tough times, spanning the relentless COVID era. Thank you so much, sir. We look forward to your guidance, which is going to be there in future also for us. And now over to PD Hinduja Conference Hall, Mumbai for the installation ceremony, and over to Dr. Nishita Agarwala.
Thank you, Delhi, and Dr. Namrata Sharma. Good evening to all of you from the auditorium of the Hinduja Hospital, Mumbai. Welcome to all of our colleagues and friends who have been tuned in to the program and all those who are physically with us today. My special welcome to Padma Shri Dr. Lahane, Director of Medical Education and Research and Chairman of the Local Organizing Committee of the 80th AIOC. Our COO, Mr. Joy Chakrabarti of the Hinduja Group of Hospitals, and Dr. Sanjay Agarwala, DPS of the Hinduja Group of Hospitals. Welcome to both of you as well. It is indeed a proud moment for us to witness the installation of our head of department, Dr. B.K. Nayak, as the president of the All India Ophthalmological Society. It is my pleasure to invite our past president of the AIOS, Dr. Kuresh Maskati, to formally hand over the presidential collar and medal. I request Padma Shri Dr. Natarajan to hand over the K.R. Datta memento to Dr. B.K. Nayak. And finally, I invite our respected Padma Shri, Dr. T.P. Lahane sir, to present a memento from the members of the All India Ophthalmological Society to Dr. and our new president, Dr. B.K. Nayak. So with this short ceremony now, we tune back to Delhi. Okay, sorry. Okay. Okay. Sorry, my apologies. Now Dr. B.K. Nayak will give us his formal address.
Thank you, Dr. Thank you, Dr. Quresh Maskati. Thank you, Dr. Quresh Maskati, Dr. Natarajan, Professor Lahane, for really honoring me on this momentous occasion. And I accept all this in all humility. Thank you once again. And thank you all members of my society. Now, thanks, Dr. Mahipal, for the lovely introduction. Our chief guest, Honorable Mr. Anil Baijal, Lieutenant Governor of Delhi, Dr. Mahipal, immediate past president, respected seniors, colleagues, and friends. As I take over as your president, I am thankful to all of you for showing faith in me and electing me to this position. When I look back, where is the slide? No, the slide is not coming. There is slide, hello. So I'm just waiting because for the slide to be screen shared. Yeah, then do it fast. No. Yeah, leave it at the first one only. Okay. Yeah, so now it's. Yeah. No. Slide shows. Yes, correct. Okay. When I look back at the list of past presidents, it gives me a wonderful feeling to be standing in line with some of the legends and stalwarts in the field of ophthalmology. I truly feel humbled. I wish my parents were present here to watch the joy in me, but I am sure they must be showering their blessings from heaven. I thank the Lord for having chosen me to be born to my parents, as I truly feel that had it not been for their simple ideology, I would have never been able to have a fulfilling journey in life. Their ideology was as simple as it could get. Why slide is not coming? No, full screen. No, it was tested whole night yesterday and then it was working. Today also it was working. Benita, starts. Now, is it being shared now? It's just check it is. Okay. As I take over as your president, I am thankful to all of you for showing faith in me and electing me to this position. When I look back at the list of past presidents, it gives me a wonderful feeling to be standing in line with some of the legends and stalwarts in the field of ophthalmology. I truly feel humbled. I wish my parents were present here to watch the joy in me. I am sure they must be showering their blessings from heaven. I thank the Lord for having chosen me to be born to my parents, as I truly feel that had it not been their simple ideology, I would have never been able to have a fulfilling journey in life. Their ideology was as simple as it could get. Lead a life where you do the right thing, which keeps your conscience clear. Don't compromise on your ethics and give each and everything that you are supposed to do your best shot without any shortcuts. These are similar statements that fell on my ears through my growing years, groomed me into the person that I am today. I am an AIOC member for more than 37 years and have been actively involved in AIOC since 1995 in various capacities and through all my positions. I have worked only with one intention, which is for the benefit of AIOC and its members. I have had the honor of having AIOC stalwarts as my teacher. I have seen them work selflessly and have taken inspiration from them. Each time I had to make a strong decision. In whichever position, I kept the legacy of AIOC in mind and acted accordingly. I know from the deepest part of my heart that there has not been a single incident where I have compromised on the integrity of AIOC office. Today, when my journey has culminated to a point in life where I stand before you as president of AIOC, I feel that I have a huge responsibility to carry on my shoulders, and the weight of the names in this sash and this collar will always keep me reminding me. You all have supported me, whether as editor IGO or as honorary secretary AIOC or vice president or president-elect. I look forward to the same confidence and support from you today as I take up this new prestigious position. It is your support that has motivated me to deliver a platform for AIOC that would help them through the years to come and reach greater heights. During each post, helping me create a distinguishable body of work that has lasted for years, even after demitting the post, which has helped secure a better future or even its survivability, as in case of IGO. I look forward to the same confidence and support from you today as I take up this new prestigious position. I know that we are missing out on our annual physical AIOC conferences, which is the culmination and celebration of the efforts of the entire AIOC office at the end of the year. However, today it is our responsibility to see that we do our best in this pandemic and in the given restrictive circumstances, avoid gathering and respect the protocols of social distancing, adapt to the ever-evolving situation, seeing it as an opportunity. Thankfully, we are blessed with a fantastic social media and we find ourselves connected today over the internet. Though I miss being at close proximity with you all, and I would never want to compromise on your safety, and hence I am happy to connect with all of you digitally. Many people ask me about my plan for the year. And just now, Dr. Mahipal, our previous president, just now said about the vision. So however, I have a vision which will have a long-term implication for the years to come. We have grown to become the largest society of ophthalmologists of life members in the world. Hence, the most needed action required is to further streamline the working of our institution. Streamlining any organization only ensures smooth operation and transparency, which is utmost for any society to progress. I hope my work would guide for future of AIOS for decades, where each future president can use it as a platform to moonshot AIOS to unimaginable heights. Today, I consider I am fortunate to represent you all and see myself as your proxy. I personally feel that the society belongs to the members and not just a handful of people who hold office. Membership is growing very fast and majority are in smaller towns or remote places. I want to give confidence to all in believing that it is not an exclusive for select few, but an inclusive society for all. I would like you all to voice your opinion and share suggestions and ideas for the benefit of the society. We stand at a pivotal juncture today, and it is imperative that we take path of inclusiveness, diversity, and one that keeps society over self. However, I request you to study and research by going deep in your idea. Consider it, reconsider it, question it, discuss it amongst your groups, look for facts and figures to support it. You must ensure before sending it to my office that it is fully detailed and that it is going to be of benefit to the society at large and not just a handful of people. I promise you today that any idea which is for the benefit of the society will be considered, discussed in the relevant committee, and if it proves to be beneficial to AIOS, I will put in all efforts so that your suggestion is adopted. It is almost a year and a half that we have been going through the pandemic. Though things and understanding of the situation is improving as days pass by, we cannot undermine the havoc caused in the lives of many because of it. Whether big cities or small towns, every single household has been affected because of coronavirus. People are facing financial loss, social isolation leading to lack of communication, which has made a long-lasting impression on all. Though the situation is not going to get better overnight, I plan to take steps towards improving it from the point of view of our own members. I will try to handle the concerns and problems of AIOS members, especially from the smaller places in relation to the pandemic, and help them find solutions to it. There is a change scenario due to Corona. It has increased dependency on virtual meetings. I am not talking about the conferences. I'm talking about our official meetings in committees. But I have certain observations of concern in virtual meetings. We should remember that we have to follow certain etiquette, cannot forget ethics, ensure full involvement of participants, and maintain privacy and confidentiality of the meetings. A major concern which I want to address is to build a robust scientific program so that AIOC has a far greater impact. More and more delegates are encouraged to attend the conference. We are adding more than 1,000 new members every year since the past 6 years. But if you look at the attendance in the annual conference, it has been almost at a standstill constant. AIOS office shows the number of total attendees at the conference has remained constant, almost constant. Actually, it has gone down over the last 4 years, even though AIOS members are increasing significantly. This shows that the charm and appeal of AIOC is reducing and many members are choosing to remain passive. If we dig deeper into the figures provided by AIOS office, if you look at the graph, we see that the proportion of faculty has increased significantly, which is on the bar chart, while the number of delegates have reduced year on year. We need to look at this participation of collectively from an honest perspective on how we can increase active participation of members. A few years back, we took the path of increasing our halls. In 2014, if I remember, the number of halls were 11, and then later on gradually, today it stands at 18. So we have increased. So we took that path, and we intend to, and still what happened that it didn't solve the problem, and data has shown that it is not the solution. It was not the correct solution. We need a big shift, which I intend to take up as a challenge along with the scientific chairman and the entire team. For that, I need cooperation and support from all the committee members and the governing council members. I firmly believe that for any society to run smoothly and progress, a strong guidelines, predictable policies. It should not that every year it should change. Predictable policies with a sound financial base is of utmost importance. The base should be such that even if the society does not have any addition to its treasury for 3 consecutive years, like during the corona pandemic, it should have the capacity to survive. The logic behind this is very simple. Like all great nations, growth always depends on predictable policies and a strong financial background. We must ensure that any amount of money that is spent judiciously, and we must maximize that value of that money, spent money. As editor IGO, I could generate already, you heard that 4.75 crore surplus and hand it over to the next editor for unhindered publication of IGO. Similarly, when I became secretary of AIOS, the AIOS headquarters had a balance of 20 crore approximately, which almost doubled to 39 crores at the end of tenure of 3 years. Hence, I would urge all units of AIOS to work with this philosophy. No, it's not. Okay. As once we are financially sound, having predictable, robust policies is the other pillar. We must ensure that the policy is for the benefit of society and not for one individual or group. Review and modification of the AIOS constitution is also on my agenda to be considered on priority. Dr. Babu Rajendran also tried to work on this in 2008, wherein I was also involved as editor IGO. Since then, it is hovering in my mind, and I will make sincere efforts to achieve this within the framework of law. Just remember, within the framework of law, to improve our constitution with wide consultations, so it is inclusive to all while looking to address the aspirations of our society. I completely agree to the views put forth by retired Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw that leaders are not born. Anyone with reasonable common sense and decency, ethical conduct, passion, and a strong desire to achieve, along with sound professional knowledge and competency, can be a good leader. I look forward to encouraging, providing support and inspiration to every member of AIOS who aspires to be a future leader for a bright future of AIOS. Before signing off, I would like to take the liberty of advising young ophthalmologists not to let just money be your driving force. The one thing that you should never compromise is on your ethics. Apparently, money is never enough. And the only way to ensure that your night sleep after a hard day work is sound is to have a clear conscience. A litmus test for it would be when your own conscience assures you of that and you feel appreciated and content from within. One slip and deviation from this principle will cost your self-respect throughout your life, and you can never regain that. Remember this. These are not just preaching, which I have shared in the last couple of minutes. I have always practiced these myself and will continue to do so during my entire life. Now, finally, you just heard the achievements and the work done by our President, Dr. Mahipal Sachdeva. A big thank you to Dr. Mahipal Sachdeva on behalf of all the members of the society for the commendable work that he has done through a difficult year with the pandemic in particular. Long live AIOS. And thank you very much for your patient listening.
Thank you, Dr. Barun Naik, sir, for your address, for your futuristic vision for the AIOS. And I'm sure that under your leadership, AIOS will achieve phenomenal heights. AIOS is honored and blessed to have stalwarts who, with their exceptional talent and dedication, have made a seminal contribution to the field of ophthalmology. Their accomplishments are a treasure not only for all ophthalmologists in India, but of the entire world. As a mark of respect to these stalwarts, AIOS confers the Lifetime Achievement Award each year in acknowledgement of their immense contributions in the field of ophthalmology. We are honored to confer the Lifetime Achievement Award to Dr. N. Subramanya Reddy, a person who has inspired a generation of ophthalmologists. Here is a peek into his prolific career.
Dear AIOS guests, we're glad to meet all of you virtually. I'd like to introduce you to our father, Dr. N. Subramanya Reddy, who has dedicated his life to improving eye health for countless adults and children in the states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Dr. Subramanya Reddy is from the Chittoor district in Andhra Pradesh. On completion of his MBBS degree, he married Dr. K.L. Bhanumati. They both moved to Hyderabad to start their professional careers, where he pursued an MS in ophthalmology at Osmania Medical College and she in gynecology. With his keen interest in improving eye health for all, he attended and managed over 50 eye camps in various towns across South India, conducting examinations and surgeries to help the poor who could not go to the cities for treatment. As part of an Indian medical delegation, he was invited by the government of Iran to work and train their medical teams. He expanded his professional career with fellowships in the USA and worked in hospitals in the UK and Saudi Arabia. He has held many leadership positions in the Sarojini Devi Eye Hospital in Hyderabad. As a professor at Osmania Medical College, he was well known for his knowledge and friendliness while teaching both medicine and ophthalmology to MBBS and MS students. He has mentored many students as they plan their own careers in medical fields. In the past 4 decades of his professional experience, he has interacted with several important dignitaries and senior government officials at the state and national levels, including presidents of India. With his keen interest in improving children's eye health, especially related to squint, Dr. Subramanya Reddy did research in the areas of strabismus and published more than 40 peer-reviewed papers and presented at various national and international conferences. As a long-standing member of the All India, Telangana, and Andhra Pradesh ophthalmology societies, he has participated, advised, and received many awards and recognitions in the past years. A highlight to his commitment to the AIOS has been his critical role in the successful organization and management of the 2007 Sunana Eye Conference in Hyderabad, which surpassed the goals and expectations, not only in attendance, but also in the funds raised for ophthalmic care. Our many thanks to AIOS for conferring this Lifetime Achievement Award, and a sincere thank you to Dr. Manoj Mathur, Dr. Pradeep Swarup, and Dr. Santosh Honawar of the Telangana Ophthalmologic Society, who would like to say a few words about our father, Dr. N. Subramanya.
It is difficult to find the right words to say about someone who means so much to us. Dr. Subramanya Reddy is a wonderful teacher, leader, and a friend. Dear sir, you are everything one could look out for in a good mentor. I am so grateful that you took me under your wing when I started my journey. You have been such an integral part of my career. I hope to inspire others as you have inspired me. You are always my inspiration and motivation for what I am today. Hearty congratulations, sir.
Dr. N. Subramanya Reddy, sir, has been a very able administrator, soft-spoken, caring, very fair, and a very disciplined person. He is a great planner with immense leadership qualities. While organizing the conferences, AIS conferences in 2007 and 2013, the one thing that I learned from him is to plan to the minutest detail. Today, I am happy that he is receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award, and I wish him the best of health and happiness. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to talk about Professor N. Subramania Reddy. To me, he epitomizes understated dynamism, honesty, integrity, and people management skills. Some of the takeaways from his life and times are that you really don't have to hold a position to be a leader. He never held a national position, yet he nurtured ophthalmology in this part of the country, namely in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, for several decades. He is a grassroots leader who led from the front with ears to the ground, an ideal way of leading and building. He silently kept chipping and let his quality of work speak for itself with very minute attention to details. And that's how whatever he did, he excelled in. All this with honesty as the core value. In fact, the AIOC conferences 2007 and APO 2013 that he organized in Hyderabad reaped the highest profits for AIOS, despite being held at 5-star locations. That speaks so much about his honesty. I'm so happy that Professor Reddy is being conferred with the AIOS Lifetime Achievement Award for 2021. I wish him all the very best in life and health and happiness. Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are live in the city of Hyderabad. And I request Dr. Manoj Mathur, our former managing committee member of the All India Ophthalmological Society, to hand over the plaque to Dr. N.S. Reddy, sir.
It is my proud privilege to hand over this Lifetime Achievement Award to my mentor, Dr. N. Subramania Reddy. And apart from his Lifetime Achievement Award, it is a big achievement for me to hand over this award to my mentor. Thank you all. Thank you, AIOS, for this conferment of award to my mentor. Thank you.
I would request all AIOS members to stand up, please, for a standing ovation. Thank you, Dr. N.S. Reddy, sir, for your contributions in ophthalmology and also towards All India Ophthalmological Society.
I would now like to request Dr. N. Subramania Reddy to say a few words of thanks to AIOS.
Good evening, friends. Namaste. Let me first congratulate the incoming President, Bharat Naik, and wish him all the best in the future endeavors. Today is a very memorable day and honor to me to receive this Lifetime Achievement Award from the AIOS, and that too being presented by friend Dr. Manoj Mathur on behalf of the AIOS. The Telangana Ophthalmology Association Management Committee and Executive Committee kind enough to sponsor my name to AIOS for this prestigious Lifetime Award. I honorably and thanks to the Manager Committee, the OPSC and General Body of AIOS for confirming this award to me. I am very, very lucky to receive this one. Women usually would like to be presently, see the people positively, meet each individuals, our old and new friends, but unfortunately, this could not be happen, and it has been virtual, and the virtual one only we can meet through virtual ones only. Let us see some like outwards, we can meet each other and exchange our programs. You know very well, organizing a conference is not such an easy thing. I know so many conferences are organized. It needs a lot of time and planning. Execution is very, very necessary and time consuming. But here, more so, the virtual one is something different and the first time, and it needs a lot of technical things and IT technology. And I think, Dr. Professor Namrata Sharma, I think she has done a wonderful job. And then she needs a lots of greetings and my best wishes for organizing this with the virtual conference very well. I thank her. Now we have heard about AIOC, even the president talking about in general. He was editor previously, and we have seen the old IOs, and we have seen the new ones. How transparent the new IO has become. The lot of improvement was there on an international level, more than that, with all the discussions, the topics, and research works, and all these things. I think it needs a good work of electoral board, especially the young dynamic editor of it. He needs my best wishes and wish him more to this. After 5 decades of my ophthalmology experience, today I'm standing before you where I had so many people. I should thank them for my position to be there, especially my parents who made me a doctor, and my teachers and my colleagues, both at work and also in the hospitals, where cooperation and exchange of views to make me better, and more so to my patients. This could not be achieved very easily, but for my family support, my wife, Dr. Bhanumati, my daughters, Kirana, Taruna, and my son, Dr. Ramna, who stood by my side always to help me in my personal and professional experience, and my blessings and best wishes to them in future. Lastly, I should thank you members, all of you, and then one best wishes to strive better to bring the more of this darkness people into the light. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you so much, sir, for your contributions in ophthalmology as well as in All India Ophthalmological Society. And thank you, Dr. Manoj Mathur, sir, for doing the honors. AIOS is honored to confer the next Lifetime Achievement Award on Dr. S. Chandrasekhar Shetty, stalwart in ophthalmology, an academician and a teacher of teachers. Dr. Shetty is an inspiration and guiding light for all of us. And now let us listen to his address, which has been recorded.
Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Maipal Sachdev, Professor Dr. Namrata Sharma, distinguished dignitaries and friends. Let me talk about myself in the next few minutes. A village boy born in 1943 in an agricultural family in Kundapur Taluk, Udupi district, Karnataka, completed his school education in Kannada medium by walking 7 miles a day. I completed my MBBS from Mysore Medical College in the year 1968. I was a very keen sports person and represented University of Mysore twice in shuttle badminton and fairly good at lawn tennis also during my student days. I rejected the employment voucher from United Kingdom to take up a job at Karnataka Medical College, Hubli, as lecturer in ophthalmology in the year 1968 by choice to pursue my interest in shuttle badminton and tennis, as ophthalmology was considered a minor, non-emergency subject. I haven't imagined, even in my wildest dreams, that I would attain and accomplish so much in ophthalmology to deserve this prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award from All India Ophthalmological Society in a span of hard-working 53 years. I have been blessed many times by God to don different positions and discharge different duties in the areas of academics, community eye health, and social service as a medical doctor, medical teacher, ophthalmologist, volunteer, social worker, and an educationist for over 5 decades. I had the unique distinction of working as an ophthalmic teacher over 30 years in Karnataka Medical College, Hubli, Mysore Medical College, Mysore, and Bangalore Medical College, Bangalore. I played a pivotal role in the rapid growth and development of Regional Institute of Ophthalmology, Mitra Ophthalmic Hospital, Bangalore during 1984 and 1999. I was able to raise rupees 3.5 crores for post-tsunami reconstruction and rehabilitation work in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Sri Lanka in the year 2005 as Vice Chairman, Indian Red Cross Society, Karnataka. As Lions Club International Foundation, site was technical advisor for South India and Sri Lanka for 30 years. I had the privilege of executing eye care projects worth $24 million, benefiting over 10 lakh poor patients. My crucial contribution to ophthalmic education and community eye health has enhanced my credibility in public service and elevated me to the exalted position of Vice Chancellor, Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, Bangalore, in the year 1999. Then onwards, there was no looking back for me. Later, I donned the chair of Vice Chancellor, Sri Devaraja's Academy of Higher Education and Research, attained to the University Polar, and currently the Vice Chancellor of Aditya University, Vijayanagar, Karnataka. My association with National Assessment and Accreditation Council, NAC, Bangalore, as member and chairperson of peer team for health science institutions and universities, has been an inspiration for quality assurance, quality enhancement, and sustenance in higher education institutions. My association with World Health Organization, Danish Assisted National Program for Control of Blindness, India, and Commonwealth Foundation, UK, has been a great learning experience. My multifarious assignments in the last 50 years have taken me around 23 countries of the world and met with many policymakers, eminent people, academicians, scientists, administrators, humanitarians, and social workers. I had the privilege of audience with His Excellencies, President Bill Clinton, USA, President Gani Zaitsev, President K.R. Narayanan, and President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. In my formative years in ophthalmology, I had the good fortune of getting hands-on training under the able guidance of Dr. K. Subramanian, Dr. M.M. Joshi, Dr. D. Chamaraj, and Dr. A. Venkatram. I was doubly blessed that I had been associated with eminent ophthalmologists, doctors, late R. Pavasetan, late Dr. G. Venkatram, Dr. S.S. Badrinath, Dr. G. N. Rao, Dr. L.M.C. Burr, Dr. Hans Limber, late Dr. Pandurangi, Dr. Nan Perumal Swami, Dr. T.P. Das, and Dr. Tarun Sharma. Mr. D. Tulsiraj has been my mentor in the leadership, governance, and management of Lions Eye Hospitals. Thanks to my parents, Sri Kapo Sanjeeva Shetty and Srimati Parvati Shetty, for inculcating value systems in me. I am ever thankful to my spouse, Mrs. Vinaya Shetty, and family for continuously supporting me. I am indebted to thousands of patients, hundreds of students, tens of colleagues and friends for their positive contribution to my professional progress. My life has been a roller coaster ride of sea of successes and islands of failures. I fought against the corrupt, the criminal, the casteist, and the communal with great sincerity, honesty, integrity, and accountability, and maintained probity in professional life. I would like to forget and forgive few of my colleagues who did not see eye to eye with me for the reasons best known to them. I have forgiven them. Forgetting is humane, but forgiving is divine. I always believed the most you give it to the world, the most will come back to you. I have been the greatest beneficiary of God's benevolence. I am grateful to Dr. N.S. Muralidhar and his team of Karnataka Ophthalmological Society for recommending my name to All India Ophthalmological Society, Dr. S. Natarajan and his team of AIOC for selecting me for this prestigious award. My grateful thanks to Dr. Maipal Sachdev and his team for conferring on me this Lifetime Achievement Award. I'm greatly honored and humbled by this latest award. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
And now we are live in the city of Bangalore. Truly, Dr. Chandra Shetty sir, a legend's contribution not only in ophthalmology but in other fields other fields also. Phenomenal contribution in ophthalmology, in medical education, in leadership and community at large, not only nationally but internationally. May I request Dr. Sujata Rathod, Director, Regional Institute of Ophthalmology and Minto Hospital, Bangalore, to present the award on the behalf of All India Ophthalmological Society to Dr. Shetty. I would request all the AIOC members to please give him a standing ovation.
Good evening, everybody. Members of the All India Society, Dr. Namrata and team. Congratulations for a wonderful virtual program. Myself, on behalf of the All India Institute, and of course from the Karnataka Ophthalmic Society and the Bangalore Ophthalmic Society, stand here as a proud student of Sir to confirm this lifetime achievement to him. My mentor, my teacher, and the greatest academician I have seen, and millions of ophthalmologists from Karnataka have seen. Sir, it's my proud privilege to present to you on behalf of him.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sujata, for your time and for your presence. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Sir, would you like to say a few words?
It's already been expressed. Thank you very much. And
Thank
all
you,
the
sir.
members of
Thank
the
you so much. Thank you.
society, every one of you, I'm very, very grateful. I'm humbled and honored. And thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. I now invite the Chairman, Scientific Committee, AIOS, Dr. Partha Bishwas, to announce the scientific awards. And I call upon our incoming President, Dr. President AIOS, Dr. Barun Kumar Nayak, to do the honors with him.
You are muted. You are muted, Dr. Bishwas.
Thank you, sir.
Partha, yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Namrata. And it is a wonderful feeling. It is a wonderful opportunity to be connected to everyone in India and in fact abroad as well. Today, with the awards that we are going to present to all the great personalities as well as to men and women of distinction, it is my great, great pleasure. And one thing that really strikes me, it's a quote, and a quote very deep in my heart. Take up one idea, make that idea your life, think of it, dream of it, live on that idea. Let the brain, muscles, nerves, every part of your body be full of that idea, and just leave every other idea alone. And that is the way to success. Thank you very much. And today I call upon the first presentation of the day, and that is for the AIOS P. Shiva Reddy International Award, Dr. Vaishali Gupta. Dr. Vaishali Gupta.
Thank you. Thank you, AIOS. Thank you, all the members.
Dr. Vaishali Gupta is the winner of the P. Shiva Reddy Award and the P. Shiva Reddy International Award, a joint awardee for the AIOC 2020. Let's give her a big, big round of applause. Our next awardee, the winner for AIOC 2020 P. Shiva Reddy International Award, again a joint award, Dr. Rajiv Raman. Let's give Rajiv a big, big applause from every one of us. The winner of AIOC 2020 RP Dhanda Award, joint awardee, Dr. Jeevan Singh Titial, sir. A big hand to Dr. Jeevan Singh Titial. Winner for AIOC 2020 RP Dhanda Award, joint awardee, Dr. M. Srinivasan, sir. And now we present the AIOS Colonel Rangachari Award for the best subject paper of AIOC 2020. And this award has been awarded to Dr. Pukhraj Rishi for his work, Proteomics S-based approach for differential diagnosis of age-related macular degeneration subtypes. A big hand to Pukhraj Rishi, and he also receives the N. Natarajan Award for the same paper. It's my pleasure to announce the AIOS E.T. Selvam Award for the Best Physical Poster AIOC 2020. And this award goes to
I think, have we lost connectivity from Dr. Partha?
No, I'm
Yes.
here. Yes. Okay. Very sorry for this. Okay. So the best physical poster for AIOC 2020, ocular pathology, ocular oncology, and tumors. And this award, a joint awardee, Dr. Shefali Chachar, for misdiagnosis of the misfolded protein, a case series of primary conjunctival amyloidosis. A big hand to Shefali Chachar.
Thank you, sir.
The best physical poster for ocular pathology and oncology tumors, E.T. Selvam Award, a joint winner for Dr. Chirakshi Dhul, role of ultrasound biomicroscopy in planning pediatric surgery. A big hand to Dr. Chirakshi Dhul. AIOS CS Reshmi Award for the best video AIOC 2020. And this award goes for the anterior segment 2 video CS Reshmi Award, Dr. Deepak Madhur, for the less is good. And now we come to very special awards, the AIOS Endowment Lecture Awards 2021. And the first awardee for the Endowment Lecture Award is for the AIOS Daljit Singh Endowment Lecture Award is Dr. G. Nachir. Madam is well known for her work in cataract. Madam is well known for bringing up one of the premium institutions of the country, Aravind Eye Hospital. We are indeed humbled to give Madam the AIOS Daljit Singh Endowment Lecture Award. A big hand for Dr. G. Nachir. The AIOS Endowment Lecture Series Award, AIOS Gulapalli Rao Award, Endowment Lecture Award, goes to Dr. Budendra K. Singh, K. Jain, and a big hand of applause to Dr. B.K. Jain for this Endowment Lecture Award named under Dr. Gulapalli Rao. A big hand to the AIOS LP Agarwal Endowment Lecture Award goes to Dr. T.S. Surendran sir for his contribution to ophthalmology and bringing up the institution, Shankar Netralaya, being one of the pillars of success for this institution. The AIOS P. Nam Perumal Swamy Endowment Lecture Award goes to Dr. Professor Mangat Dogra sir. Dr. Dogra is known for his work in the field of vitreoretina and has been a doyen in this field. The AIOS Endowment Lecture Series for AIOC, the AIOS Badrinath Endowment Lecture Award goes to Dr. Tara Prasad Das, a stalwart in the field of vitreoretina, a personality who has led one of the premium institutions of the country, L.V. Prasad Eye Institute. Thank you very much, Dr. Namrata.
Thank you, Dr. Partha. It is now my immense pleasure to introduce our chief guest, Shri Anil Baijal ji, Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Delhi. Shri Anil Baijal joined the Indian Administrative Services in 1969 and held several eminent positions. He has served as the Union Home Secretary, Secretary Urban Development, Government of India, Vice Chairman of Delhi Development Authority, Chief Secretary of Andaman and Nicobar Islands, CEO of Prasar Bharati, Development Commissioner of Goa, Commissioner Sales Tax and Excise of Delhi, Counselor in Large of the Indian Aid Program in Nepal, Embassy of India Kathmandu, amongst many other crucial positions. Shri Baijal ji was also responsible for the introduction of DD Bharti. And in Delhi, he continues to steer the administration of Delhi for the last so many years. It is my utmost honor to request him to deliver his address.
President, All India Ophthalmological Society, Dr. Mahipal Sachdev, incoming President, Dr. Barun K. Nayak, President-elect, Dr. Alit Verma, past President, Dr. S. Natarajan, General Secretary, Dr. Namrata Sharma, Treasurer, Dr. Rajesh Sinha, Chairman, Scientific Committee, Dr. Partha Biswas, and ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would like to thank the All India Ophthalmological Society for inviting me to deliver the inaugural address during this 79th annual conference. It's a matter of privilege for me to have been given the opportunity to deliver this address in this conference, which provides a platform for clinicians, researchers, academicians to share their views and learn from each other. Coronavirus pandemic has impacted global healthcare tremendously, and ophthalmology, I'm given to understand, is one of the high-hit specialty. Amid such pandemic-induced adversities, the medical world has demonstrated remarkable resilience, and holding of this conference is an example of that. It is heartening to know that All India Ophthalmological Society is the world's largest ophthalmic association with more than 23,500 life members from all over the country. The objective of the society is to cultivate and promote the study and practice of ophthalmic sciences in India through research and manpower development with a view to render service to the community. Pandemic has redefined the operating model, and this first ever virtual conference is the example of AIOS's commitment towards promotion and dissemination of knowledge. The participation of 17 international societies in the conference is a proud moment for all of us. I wish that AIOS emerges as the world leader in this field. According to the recent data provided by WHO, India accounts for around 30% of the world's blind population, attributing to a total of 12 million cases. With an addition of 2 million new cases annually, is not only affecting the quality of life of the individual, but also dragging the holistic development of the nation. It is only the adoption of the latest technological advances in the field of ophthalmology which can lead to a reduction in the blindness load of India. Apart from the burden of blindness in India, around 15% of the Indian population suffers from preventable blindness and some kind of vision problem. With advancements in the field of ophthalmology, timely detection and treatment can prevent almost all types of vision problems and thus prevent addition of blindness burden in the country. This conference will offer everyone an outstanding summary of the latest advances in ophthalmology from around the world, a chance to see the latest technology. This conference, I am given to understand, will be a 4-day celebration of ophthalmology featuring the best works in the field of cataract, refractive surgery, cornea, glaucoma, strabismus, neuro-ophthalmology, and ophthalmoplasty. The diverse program will feature plenary lectures, symposia, instruction courses for demonstration, e-poster, video, and much more. The scientific extravaganza, which is also a huge platform for the exchange of ideas, will be attended by thousands of delegates not only from India but from all over the world. Along with the scientific contents, cultural programs, painting competition, and other creative activities are a great opportunity for our behind-the-scene artists to show their talent. The pandemic has left us many lessons, and the most important one is the show must go on. The famous advice given by Winston Churchill that never waste a good crisis is still relevant. We are critically poised at a juncture when we are slowly trying to exit the scars of deleterious impact of COVID-19 pandemic and move towards a new equilibrium. As we endeavor to make a better world in a new reality of masks, sanitizers, and social distancing, it is time we get back to our academics as well and move forward with renewed hope. Once again, I extend my heartfelt thanks to AIOS for providing me this opportunity to witness the historic moment of virtual AIOC 2021. Thank you.
Many thanks to you, sir, for your words, for your advice, for your advice, for your time to be with us in our inauguration today. In an endeavor to standardize the subspecialty teaching in ophthalmology, AIOS holds a unique program for granting FICO, that is the Fellow of All India Collegium of Ophthalmology, in its various subspecialties. I request Dr. Barun Naik, Dr. Mahipal Sachdev, Dr. Lalit Verma, Dr. Rajvardhan Azad to give away the FICO awards. It is an honor and proud privilege for AIOS to confer the honorary FICO awards to our international nominees. Dr. Boris Malugin, President of the Russian Ophthalmological Society. Can we have the slide? Professor Christopher Liu, Consultant Ophthalmic Surgeon, Sussex Eye Hospital. Dr. Michael F. Chiang, Director of the National Eye Institute at the National Institute of Health in Bethesda, Maryland. And Dr. Nigli Wong, Director of Beijing Institute of Ophthalmology and President of the Asia Pacific Academy of Ophthalmology. Apart from this, we have honorary FICO awardees which were nominated by the All India Ophthalmological Society. And we have in that category Dr. K. Bhujang Shetty, Chairman of Narayan Netralaya, Bangalore. Professor Jagat Ram, Director, Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research, Chandigarh. Dr. Gautam Sekia from Guwahati. The FICO awardees by selection are as follows. Dr. Salil Kumar for his contribution in the field of community medicine and pediatric ophthalmology. Dr. R.C. Gupta for his contribution in the field of comprehensive ophthalmology. Dr. Modini Pandarpurkar for her contribution in the field of oculoplasty. Dr. Partha Biswas for his contribution in the field of cataract and refractive surgery. Dr. Dinesh Garg for his contributions in the field of retina and vitreous. Dr. Santosh Honawar for his contributions in oculoplasty. Dr. Namrata Sharma for contributions in cataract and refractive surgery. Dr. Kasturi Bhattacharjee for her contributions in the field of orbit and oculoplasty. Professor Rajesh Sinha for contributions in the field of cornea and refractive surgery. Dr. Subina Narang for her contributions in the field of retina and vitreous. Dr. Sushmita Kaushik for her contributions in the field of glaucoma. Professor Rohit Saxena for his contributions in the field of neuro-ophthalmology. And Dr. Parikshit Gogate for his contributions in the field of pediatric ophthalmology and strabismus. I now request Chairperson Academic and Research Committee, AIOS, Dr. Chitra Ramamurthy, to announce the research awards which are being presented to the young ophthalmologists.
A very good evening to one and all of you. It's a moment of awe, sort of stunning in its significance, as I watched this grand inaugural ceremony, which, believe me, truly beats the best, looking into this huge expanse of great ophthalmologists of our country. Congratulations to Dr. Mahipal and Dr. Varun Naik on this amazing day. Young Researchers Award competition has been an essential competitive segment of ARC over the years and has drawn huge submissions and great standards and quality. And I would like to wish two of the best presentations. Can I see the slides? Dr. Namrata? Dr. Namrata, can you show the...
Yeah.
And I wish to congratulate two of the best thesis presentations. The first prize goes to Dr. Madhuri Akhila. She gets a travel scholarship for international conferences of 1 lakh. Congratulations, Dr. Madhuri. The second prize goes to Dr. Arjun Desai, and he gets a travel scholarship for international conference of 50,000. Amazing work. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chitra Ramamurthy. I now invite the Editor General AIOS, Dr. Santosh Honawar, to announce the highest Indian Journal of Ophthalmology Award.
Thank you, Namrata. Good evening, everyone. IGO honors its best of articles, manuscripts that are published in the previous year, that is 2020, with several awards, and the most prestigious of which is the Platinum Award. And the Platinum Award for this year goes to a manuscript on acute endophthalmitis after penetrating and endothelial keratoplasty by the first author, Dr. Shilpa Das, and corresponding author, Dr. Sunita Chaurasia, for the work performed at L.V. Prasad Eye Institute. I congratulate the authors.
Thank you, sir. It's my
Thank you, Santosh. Each year, the sponsors and the trade in the ophthalmic field play an important role in the success of our annual conference, and they have also done it this year. As a mark of appreciation, we would like to give the Trade Award to Carl Zeiss India for the year 2020. And I request Dr. Mahipal Sachdev, Dr. Lalit Verma, and Dr. Rajesh Sinha to do the honors. Somebody has come from Carl Zeiss India, I think. Please come forward. Can we have the live transmission, please? Because we have the Carl Zeiss representatives here in the auditorium, in the AIMS auditorium. The 78th annual conference was held at Gurugram last year amidst exquisite splendor, scientific extravaganza, and unparalleled hospitality. Words fall short to express gratitude to the whole team. Nevertheless, as a token of appreciation, we acknowledge the mammoth efforts that went for the same. I request Dr. S. Natarajan, Dr. Mahipal Sachdev, and Dr. Lalit Verma to honor the LOC of AIOC 2020 at Gurugram. Dr. A.K. Khurana, the Senior Organizing Chairman, Dr. Ajay Sharma, Organizing Chairman, Dr. Inder Mohan Rastogi, Chief Organizing Secretary, Dr. Narendra Taneja, Organizing Secretary, Dr. Dheeraj Gupta, the Treasurer for the LOC AIOC 2020. Thank you very much for all your efforts and all your time. And with this, we come to the end of the inaugural ceremony. I would like everybody to stand up for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे